Okay, so I haven't seen any videos on YouTube for how to deal with replacing the cable ribbon or flex ribbon that these new Xbox Slims have attached to their faceplate. It's in order for it to be touch sensitive. I don't know how this one got damaged. To be honest, it's not mine. It's someone else's, but I'm attempting to fix it. Basically, you push it to turn it on, and usually it starts up for a while, and then you'll like hear it click, and then it cuts back off. Okay, so once you get the Xbox apart, which there are multiple tutorials on YouTube on how to take the Xbox Slim apart, you're going to end up with it looking like this. Your faceplate is still going to be attached by this little ribbon here, and what you're going to want to do is detach the ribbon. Okay, now this is a tutorial on how to replace the ribbon cable. So you're going to be detaching it. It's very simple. There's like a little tab here. Pull the plastic part away. There's a little plastic piece here. You're going to pull this away first, and then you're going to pull this tab out, and it just pops off. Okay, so now that you've separated the faceplate from the Xbox, okay, so I've peeled away the majority of the ribbon, as you can see here. And right here towards the top, they have a plastic tab or something to keep the ribbon in place here towards the top. This is where the eject button goes. So I'm going to try and use this Phillips flathead screwdriver, or actually it's not a Phillips, it's just a flathead screwdriver. It is a Phillips too, as you can see here, but anyway, you're going to use the flathead side and try to, suppose, pry this plastic portion up. And if I'm successful, I'll be back, because I can't do this with the camera in my hand. Okay, so I got the ribbon completely off. Be careful with that plastic tab at the top. It's pretty much got these two tabs kind of like melted into these holes here and here. And so I'm not 100% sure if it's necessary for this to be attached for the ribbon to work. We'll find out when I put it back together, because I'm going to try it without it. But if it does need to be there, then obviously you want to be really careful with that. So anyway, now that everything's taken apart, I just got a Q-tip and some alcohol, and I'm going to clean off the surface where the cable, the new flex cable, is going to go. You just want to make sure that it's free of any dirt and debris. Try and do a pretty good job, getting everything cleaned off, and so that you can be ready to apply the new ribbon cable. Alright, so I'm going to clean it off, and then I'm going to put the new cable on. Okay, so I've got the cable completely reattached. What I did was I started here in this corner, and I still had a piece of this little plastic post sticking up, so I started there, and I lined everything up in this little section here and brought it down and around. And what I did was I peeled this stuff. I only peeled it down about halfway. Then once I got everything lined up, I used this dry Q-tip to get in this little crevice here, because my finger was just too big. And I just smoothed everything out, made sure it was all lined up. I smoothed it out all the way down. All of this, removed the rest of the backing to the adhesive, and then I lined it up and continued down. I did this portion here last. I took the rest of the adhesive off after all this was all lined up and smoothed down. I placed it on top, and I did the same thing, and I just smoothed it all down. So the ribbon is attached. I did not reattach this plastic piece. I'm going to put everything back together and see if it works properly without it, just so that you guys know that, you don't necessarily need it. And then if it doesn't work or whatever, I'm going to reattach it. And then, that'll just let you know that you do need to reattach this, maybe with some crazy glue or something like that. Alright, so let's see if this works. Just a quick tip: if you're having trouble getting the flex cable back onto the RF board, you can always just take it off. I think it takes a T9 Torx. No, I think it's a TX. The T8. I'm sorry. The T8 Torx should take these screws off, and then you can easily get this ribbon back on. I know a lot of people have expressed issues with getting this ribbon back on, so it's very simple to do. Take these two screws out. Yeah, it's just those two screws. Take those two screws out. The board slides out, and then you could pop the ribbon back on much easier. Make sure you're lining it up properly. You don't want to put it on backwards. So, make sure that, just make sure you're putting it on right. I don't really know how to describe it, but if it's on, it'll look like this. It starts off laying flat, and then you'll twist it this way and plug it in. So there you go. Okay, so I didn't put it back together completely. Figured there's no reason to. If something's wrong, I don't want to have to take it completely back apart. So I put it back together partially, and I just plugged it up. So I guess we're gonna see what goes on. Alright, so it seems to be reacting the way I want it to. Prior to this, it would shut on, it would come on, and then it would cut back off within seconds of me turning it on. Sometimes it would last up to about 5 minutes before it cut itself back off. It would beep for no reason. Eject button seems to work properly, and this is without the black plastic cap that was on there prior to me doing the replacement. So I don't think it's necessary. You guys probably don't have to worry about it too much. I'd put it back on, I suppose, if you can get it off and get it back on there. There's no reason not to, but it doesn't look like it affects the eject button at all. Everything seems to be working great. Turns on and off on command. Opens and closes on command, and it's not cutting itself back off. So I think this was a success. Thanks for watching. Check out some of my other videos if you like this one. And I also love to do Black Ops commentary. So if you guys play that, check that out as well. Thanks again.